My mother, Suzanne Glover, passed on to glory 2:28, Monday in the afternoon. My mother was a businesswoman. I'm Kathy Svitek. I am a businesswoman as well. My mother worked in the medical business. She was a transcriptionist. She was not a businesswoman on the basis of her paid work. In fact, she only became a businesswoman in the last 10 weeks of her life. The morning of the day she died, a thought came into my mind. What is the difference between busyness and business, if you'll allow me? Busyness has a Y in the middle. Why? Why? Why?
So am I.
A very busy person in biblical times was Moses. He was a busy shepherd. He was busy. And he had a lot of whys. Why me? Why, God? Why now? Some of us here in this room probably are familiar with a spiritual teacher living in Santa Barbara, somebody who I have learned a lot from, Graham Cook. Graham Cook has an opinion about the question, why? Graham says, why is an illegitimate question. I agree with most things Graham Cook says, but not in this case. Why might be a legitimate question, but it has to be transfigured. Let me show you what I mean. Why? When transfigured, becomes something else. Why? Transfigured gives room for Yahweh. When Moses finally got over his busyness and asked God, who do I tell them sent me? He heard this. Tell them, I am sent you. What is the difference between busyness and business. I am the difference. I am the subject. I am the actor. I am the difference between busyness and business. My mother, Suzanne Glover, became a businesswoman in the last 10 weeks of her time on earth. The following day, on Tuesday, I continued to think about this theme, and I remembered that Jesus said one time that he was in the place he was, doing what he was doing, because he was after his Father's business. Let me share that with you. That comes from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 2. And his mother, after 3 days of wondering about the boy, found him and was embarrassed by him because she figured he was being a busybody there in the temple. But he corrected his mother and he said, "Mother, Father, why did you seek me? Did you not know that I must be about my Father's business?" I contemplated that Tuesday morning. And then I thought, 2/28. It was March 1st that day, but my mother had died on 2/28. And so I thought, let's look and see what it says on verse 2/28. When I looked, and I transfigured that verse a little bit, this is what I heard. And she was taken up in his arms and blessed God and said, "Lord, now you are letting your servant depart in peace according to your word. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared before the face of all peoples, a light to bring revelation to the Gentiles and the glory of your people, Israel." My mother, Suzanne Glover, moved from busyness to business. She did. When she died, Suzanne Glover was a businesswoman. I'm Kathy. I'm her daughter. And I am a businesswoman too. Mr. Toastmaster.
Why don't we take a minute now and evaluate